good angles and the good lighting and everything. And this is my first live one of the whole Fringe because I've been pre-recording like a lazy person. But it's fairly early in the morning.
Yeah.
And you got here.
I did.
So you probably got up here earlier than me. And like, yes, I've got a thing in the morning.
Yes, I'm buzzing for it.
Probably positive. Anyway, this is Dean Tsang, and our Anxious Measurements 3 is the lovely spoken word poetry award-winning thing, and it's at 4:30 at the Banshee. Is that every day?
Every day except Mondays.
Every day except Mondays. Today is not Monday, so you can come and see it. If you're watching this live, then you'll know that it is there. Anyway, so this is how many Fringes have you done of the Edinburgh variety? Probably loads of others.
So for Edinburgh, this is technically my 4th Fringe.
Oh.
I've done the first time I ever did it was back in 2013 as part of an improv group.
Oh wow!
It was ages and ages ago, but I don't technically count it because it wasn't like me on my own doing spoken words. No. Bringing my own stuff, coming up from start to finish. So
I'm premiering. I've done this 100 times. Done it under a different name.
I know, yeah. It was under a group called Exploding Fish.
Oh wow!
Which, what a name, right? Like, just absolute chaos all over.
I'm assuming there were not actually any exploding fishes.
No fishes were harmed.
And in people came with money back. No fish.
Exactly, yeah. No fish were harmed in the making of that Fringe show.
Yeah. But so you've done the improv. Have you done any other genres on your rise to spoken word glory?
So it's after improv, it was pretty much solely spoken word. So outside of Edinburgh, I first did a Morecambe Fringe back in 2019. Matt Penesh, Monkey Poet, he did phenomenal workshops in Morecambe. So every sort of second week Thursday, I would travel up to Morecambe from Lancashire. I wasn't going from Edinburgh. I'd be there forever.
Yeah, that's what you said up, and you're like, up from here, because I know you're Edinburgh based now. You've confused me now. It's like that now is not all time. Other times exist.
Yeah.
Right. So you're originally from Lancashire.
From the Fylde coast, so St Anne's on Sea.
Yeah. And now you're not actually Scottish. You're Scottish. You live here. Then you are Scottish. They're very welcoming. Everyone is Scottish.
It's been lovely.
So Lancashire to Morecambe isn't so far then.
Thankfully, no.
Oh, that's good. I mean, geography of Britain, it's like, because it's quite a small country. I know tourists come here and go, what are you talking about? That's far away. That's very near. That's my commute in the morning. So that's good. So you went to Morecambe and you did the workshops. Was that your first experience of spoken word?
First Fringe experience of spoken word. The first spoken word thing ever was in Wales.
Oh.
Up in Aberystwyth, at a bookshop.
Ooh.
And what happened was there was a slam on, and what I did was I dressed up. I think I was in my pajamas when I went. It was crazy, and what I did was I read the first half of my poetry, and then the second half, because I didn't think it was long enough at the time, I just improvise it, and I won the slam, and I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then, that sort of weirdness sort of just drew me to spoken word because, what's the possibility?
That is dangerous, though.
It is.
Hi, right. It's like, hey, here's my first time. I win everything. And then you're like, well, I don't need to get any better ever.
Yeah.
This is the pinnacle of my achievement. But, of course, you did get better and you've won even more awards. So at least that wasn't the highlight because that can happen.
It can.
I've won an award and then failure forevermore. But you won the Bay Fringe Critics Award.
Yes, so for Our Anxious Measurements 2, that won a Bay Fringe Critics' Choice Award. The first set was also nominated by Buxton Fringe for Best Spoken Words. And a review came out for the third set yesterday, which gave it 4 stars, which buzzing. That's like the gold dust, right?
Yeah, that's great. So Bay Fringe is linked to Morecambe Fringe, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, sort of. There's a sort of outward trend. It's not like San Francisco Bay or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at it first and I went, to San Francisco? No, different bay. More important because it's here and it is accessible and you can go there by train probably.
Yes.
Can you? Good, because trains are a little bit hit and miss places.
They're very hit and miss.
You can go there. So did you go to, has the Morecambe Fringe been, or is it more October-y based?
So Morecambe Fringe usually happens around July.
Oh, so it's been, yes.
And it's beautiful because it's like the preview before the Fringe.
Ah,
yeah.
handy.
So, very handy. A lot of people who are bringing their stuff up to Edinburgh will usually bring it to Morecambe first to you know, like get the sort of like feedback, the sort of like audience, and get used to the atmosphere of a Fringe. And so that's like, it's a massively appreciated that like that Fringe exists before Edinburgh.
Ooh. Yeah, that's it. I did the Camden Fringe once. I did the Fringe in
Fringe.
Camden. But the reason for that is when it was slightly before the Edinburgh Fringe for now. Now it sort of clashes with it.
Yeah.
But the reason I did it is because the show that we were going to bring to the Fringe got cancelled because of venues. Venues, that's the problem. You're like, I'm going to do that show. No, the venue doesn't want you, or it's closed, or there's just a building site there now. And you go, ah. So have you been at the Banshee Labyrinth for all of your spoken word ventures?
In Edinburgh, yes.
Yes.
For Fringe,
for this Fringe.
Yeah.
Which we're talking about now. Yes, that is good. I mean, not for everything you've ever done.
Yeah.
Obviously, it didn't get transported to Wales. So, yeah. So, Banshee Labyrinth is a nice little spot for spoken word.
Oh, it's fantastic, spoken word. This year specifically as well. There's a lot of spoken word talent that's originated from Scotland that I've noticed this year. So you've got like Beth McDonald, who's straight after me with Succulents, phenomenal show, I saw it. And yeah, like you got there followed by Spencer Mason. And in between those two, you've got like the Lock-In, which brings more spoken word poets together.
Yeah.
So I think the Banshee is like the spoken word hub.
Yeah, it is. And there's more spoken word, like the spoken one I'm in, there's at least 2 spoken words.
Yes.
There's Ben McPherson, and there's me. Sort of spoken word, although yesterday my spoken word show turned into a puppet show for children because there was some misunderstanding.
Yeah.
It's a 12+ show.
Yeah.
But I was going to put it, but one of the fellow acts was there and I was like, can I just run what I've got? And he's like, yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yeah. And then a father came in with 2 little kids, tiny little kids, and was like, I think I've misunderstood this. It's not a circus, is it? Called Little Circus. I'm like, no. I can do something for you though, because there's no more. Yeah. So it was fun. It was just child minding, but disappointment because the little kid still was like, "I'm going to go and see a circus." I'm like, all right. But so have you got people coming in expecting one thing and seeing you and going, "Oh, not," but still appreciating it.
So the benefit of it being a trilogy is that some people will have come in having seen the previous set, so they have an idea. Those who come in blind, I mean, the titles are Anxious Measurements. It's very on the nose. Yeah. Like if you come in and you see like, I don't know, acrobats juggling, then you're in the wrong venue. Yeah. So
this is where I went wrong. You name something and you know what you're getting. That is important. Branding. Yeah. You're like, yes. So this is your third, but it's your last of this. It's going to actually be a trilogy and you're going to do something else next year.
So this is the trilogy. Yeah. Both 1 and 2 are also at the Fringe this year, but in a bit of less frequency, because 3 shows as it is a lot. So I was like, what I'll do is I'll do number 3 every day at 4:30, and then 1 is the next one's at Whistle Binkies today at 2:45. Oh. And then after that, it's not taking place till the end of the Fringe, like the 24th, like last day.
All out of order.
And then the second set is taking place next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Tuesday, it's at Slow Progress Records.
Oh, that's nice.
What a tongue twister.
That's a nice one because it's you can actually buy vinyl records and have a coffee there. Yeah, it's pretty cool venue, isn't it?
I've been before. It's a lovely venue, and I can't wait to perform there.
Yeah. So you've done Slow Progress. You're doing Banshee Labyrinth. Are there any venues not just free Fringe venues? Any venues that you go, I would love to perform there during the Fringe?
The Scottish Storytelling Centre stands out. I featured in there before as part of Loud Poets Best of Fringe, and that venue has pretty much everything that I could ask for. It's got not just the accessibility, but also the lighting as well. I'm thinking maybe like a few years down the line, there might be an idea that involves lighting I might want to take up there, but it's ages out yet. And it's still this Fringe. It's barely big.
Yes, exactly. Start thinking about it in order. It's like everything on top of each other. That's why you get anxious though, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. So is this an exploration of just your anxiety or everybody's anxiety or a bit of both?
It's a bit of both. So the idea of anxiety is it's a complicated thing. It can't be condensed into one thing. And I think the way the culture sees anxiety is a thing to be managed, a thing that, okay, just go and meditate for a bit. But in truth, depending on what is driving the anxiety, the response that you need and the way to explore it is different. So there's some measurements that are about myself, so my own personal experience, like with the Atria heart rate poetry, which talks about my heart condition that I once had. Other poems like Magnitude, like symptoms, talk about like society at large and like our responses to individual things or like a wider, bigger picture.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And also, last year, I kept bumping into you,
You
sort
did.
of half bumping into you,
In
because
the
the both of
Banshee.
us were doing the tech for Corin Rees-Jones's Renfield, which is also on this year in a slightly bigger venue.
It's great.
With less spine, without as much sounding, because that is one thing about the Banshee Labyrinth. I think the spoken word is slightly earlier this year because it gets a bit busy later.
It does, especially.
So I bumped into you when I got the days wrong or written them down, or Corin had told me the wrong date, and you went, "No, I didn't," and then I checked, and yes, he had. But that's not the one. So it's like, oh well. So did you enjoy? Was it a sort of like event to not be doing the spoken word and be involved in somebody else's show in a non-creative? Not that tech is still creative in a non. Poetry capacity. Yeah.
It is nice, and I think the biggest part of the Fringe that people can get stuck in is the idea of just doing the same thing day in, day out. So even like with spoken word being, I love it to pieces, but it's nice to also try different things as well. I found teching for Renfield to be fantastic. Not least because Corin's fantastic in what he does, but like just in knowing that I play a part in that. Like when he won the award, I think he won in the Spookies.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
I was like, that's fantastic.
I partly won that.
Yeah, like 1.5% of that was my work.
Because I pressed that button at just the right point
For those 30 seconds of that show. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Obviously, like in the weekends, if you're teching, the noise bleed does get pretty intense in the evening.
Yeah.
But nothing unmanageable, I found.
No, I think also there was a lot of like, show on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some people get very, very narky and is that the word? Just get very upset when you go, "Hello, there's a show on." I'm allowed to drink it, and I'm going to be 5 times as loud.
Yeah.
No.
You do get those people, and it is tricky. But luckily, if you go out enough, they sort of get the message that it's not just like a thing we do for laughs. It's we do need you to be quiet.
It's art, and of course Renfield, it needed to be quiet because it's a one-man show and it's quite intimate. Whereas if you are a poet, even though you've got set stuff, there's the option to talk to people, so you can shush them yourself. But when you're actually doing a play and it's set and you break character to tell people to, that's it though. One day Corin ran all the way. Actually, part of it is he has to go to the end and scream at the end of the corridor. But he used that to extra loudly scream in somebody who was being loud's ear, and they complained to management, and we're like, well, that was part of the show, ma'am. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have been standing there, should you?
Yeah.
It's always, it's balance, really, isn't it?
Very much so. And the idea of doing that is like pretty genius, especially in Banqueting Hall when the noise bleed does come in.
Yeah, very much so. So your show's at 4:30, so presumably it's like nice sort of tea time crowd.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's absolutely perfect. Like no issues with nosebleed at all. And audio and footfall's been good as well, which I wasn't expecting too much because I thought usually the evening shows are the ones that get the most, but I've had some nice turnouts. So.
I think, I might be wrong, but I think that the sort of feeling that even though everyone's like, oh, there's so many comedians up, it's all comedy. I think because of that, possibly, the people that actually get in the audience are the ones that aren't straight up talking into a mic and going, comedy. I mean, it's not that so much of that. It's usually a little bit different now. But even that, the comedy that's doing well is a little bit of a twist on that.
Yeah.
So I think spoken word and theatre and cabaret and stuff is actually benefiting from the fact that there is a little bit of an oversaturation of just people coming up and trying to get on TV.
Yeah.
Which is harder now as well because there are less opportunities to be on TV.
I guess so, yeah.
You start to wonder, what are they doing? It's like being smug. I'm out of the game. It's fine. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
So, is there any temptation to do comedy that's so very unrewarding?
It's something I've considered.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that Edinburgh is a huge culture hub outside of the Fringe
Yeah.
as well. So if I did want to try it, I'd probably do it after the Fringe, like in a small comedy club where they do like 5 minute taster sets. And there's some elements of comedy in my spoken word as well. Some of it's in the poetry, some of it's just in the absolute craziness between the poems.
Yeah.
So it's comedy in itself. It can be very flexible. So to answer the question, I guess yes. Yeah. In a way. Yeah.
This is also it. It's like you already know you can do this. Comedy comes with it. Billy Connolly was like a folk musician, then moved to comedy. So I think if you're doing something else to start with and segue into comedy, I think that actually builds a more solid performer than if you just. I'm not trying to diss comedians. I'm sorry, comedians that are just comedy. But find something else as well, I think, because it can get, the whole thing, if you do more than one thing, then at least you're not going to get horribly frustrated when that goes wrong. So this year, have you got any ways to vent between shows?
Absolutely. So there's people that will come see the show. That I can chat with. There's also other poets in between. So Beth, who's straight after me, like I know Beth fairly well outside of like the Fringe. So it's a case that we always have that little banter. And the great thing is that she's usually around by the time the show even begins because the flyering job needs to happen a few hours before, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
If you fly right. I found that I had twice as many flyers as I thought I'd ordered. I was wondering why I'd spent so much money, and I was about to complain to them, and then I realised that I must have pressed the button twice. I lost the internet halfway through. And
no.
So I've got a lot of flyers.
How many?
It's 5,000. I only wanted. Yes, it's too many flyers. I was wondering why the box was so big, and then I was wondering why I had no money, and then it all became clear. But how many did you get?
I only ordered 1,000.
Yeah, that's the sensible thing to do, see. I'm quite fortunate that they weren't the most expensive flyers in the world, but I didn't want to spend that.
Yeah.
So are you good at, have you got a flyering game? Have you got a good way of getting them out there?
It's tricky, right? Because you have to read people a lot. And the safest way I do it is if people are stopping by the venue, checking out what's on at the Fringe, that's an invitation. That's like, what are you interested in? Oh, fun enough, I've also got a show on. You hand your flyer out. And the great thing is that when I hand out flyers myself, I'll put one of my flyers inside the wee blue book.
Yes.
And then that way, the tagline pokes out.
Yeah.
And so I could be like, oh, look, here's the tagline. And it's at the page my show's on.
That's good, yeah.
And I can hand it out and go, here, you want a wee blue book as well.
See, I think the wee blue book is the genius thing, because what I do is I put my flyers in and I don't even tell them. And if they find it, then it's not my fault they found it, fine. But I think the problem is when everybody puts their flyers in and you're like, why is this so heavy? And you realise that you're flyering for everyone else, which is nice for them. But it's too much. So I think it's a good strategy, but only if you're flyering at that moment. Don't be leaving them around.
Yeah.
So that nobody else is. It's selfish. Nobody else has got a chance.
It's also like less clean to carry if you've got like loads of random flyers.
Yeah.
Whereas if you got your own,
Exactly. So so if you are a PBH artist, pick up the book, put your flyer in, and flyer. Keep some back for next day if you want, but don't put them back in the pile with your flyer sneakily, because that's not good. Unless somebody said you can do that, and they'd flyer for you. A few people have taken my books with the flyers and said, I'll flyer for you. That's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice. I'm not going to give you any money for the bucket, but I'll flyer. It's fellow artists rather. I'm not expecting money.
There's many ways to show support, right?
Exactly. Actually, I've refused money from a couple of people. Like the first one, it's like CJ Hoopercane. It's like, are you going to ask for donations? I'm like, he's like, I was going to give you money. It's like, fine. So then he called some flyers. So that was better probably. But yeah. So today, what time are you going to start? Let's flyer. It's technical information. What time are you going to start flyering for tonight's show? Do you reckon?
So I've got the one at Whistle Binkies before the one at 4:30.
Also quite early.
So I'm going to have to balance. I'll probably try and get most of my flyering done before the one at Whistle Binkies.
Yeah.
Because after Whistle Binkies, I've got 45 minutes to decompress from the last set, set up the next set, and like maybe get myself like a quick drink, to soothe my throat. Because speaking for 2 hours, it does catch up.
Yeah, you should get a little thermos with some honey and lemon in it.
Oh my god. That's such a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you should do that. Prepare, and also because you're Edinburgh based, you know where you are, and you've got the routine already.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose the break in your routine during August, it's like because it's like that's not what I was expecting. Do you ever like go, oh, I'm going to work, oh no, and end up in? I mean, do you work in an office or a?
I do, yes, but I've taken the entire time off.
Yeah.
So
you like woke up and go to the office.
Yeah. No, I'm waking up.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere except for towards the city centre.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've got weeks off. That's all right. Because that's it. The people that are Edinburgh based and are still working, that can be quite. It's like I'm going to the work and then I'm going to do my show and then I will not be alive.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to the idea of you go to work and then you do a Fringe thing, so long as I guess if the Fringe thing is like in the later evening, like within reason, so like 7 o'clock for example.
Exactly.
And like maybe not do the entire run if you think your energy might plummet. I mean, if you want to go for it, right?
Exactly. It's all balance. So it's do I sit around? Do I sleep all night? Do I do all my work? It's like what's going on?
Yeah, and it's important. It's important to pace yourself as well. Especially.
It's very important to pace yourself.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we shall have some more coffee and pace ourselves and get ready for the day ahead. Thank you very much for joining us. I've got day off tomorrow. If you're watching this live, it's so there are no shows on Wednesday, and then possibly other days. It might come at 11. It might come later. It really depends on so many things, as is life. There's no point putting a pin in it and going, that's definitely what it's going to be, because you'll be disappointed.
Exactly.
Right. So I'll see you soon. Who knows when? Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.